9th. Stakeholders commend 2024 appropriation bill, call for caution during implementation. Correspondent examines state of aviation industry in Nigeria. A pleasant evening to you all out there. This is NTA Ijebu News at 7, coming to you from your heritage station. Thanks for staying tuned with us. I am Olawumi Adeniji, and here are the details. Intensified support for President Bola Tinubu to achieve his renewed hope agenda for Nigerians has been emphasized. The convener of Progressive Congress Southwest Support Groups, Ambassador Adewale Adeogun, made this emphasis while addressing representatives of all support groups in Ijebu. Anthony Gandonu has the details.
Addressing members of the political support groups from the 6 states comprising southwest geopolitical zones of the country, the convener, Ambassador Adewale Adeogun, who commended them for mobilizing support leading to the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the February 28 polls, emphasized on the need for unity among the Yorubas in the country to enable a successful reign of the present administration.
We want to come out openly and tell our father that we have been supporting you. We will keep on supporting you no matter what happens. But please, we want to beg the Yoruba praise, give it to him, allow him to do what he has been voted for. If other tribes are agitating, are angry, we should pet them. They have that right. It is their right to agitate. But we Yoruba, we must stand behind our own.
The Southwest Political Summit Planning Committee Chairman Dr. Ronke Keru said the event was also put together to protect the Yoruba race and campaign for support for successful implementation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu renewed hope agenda for the country.
I want to beg the Ashwaju to please listen to us, with the Southwest Yoruba leaders of support groups.
The summit also provided opportunity for members to interact with their leaders and suggest ways to better the laws of their political support groups, the entire Southwest zone, and Nigeria in general. In Ijebu, Anthony Gandonu, NTA News.
Guests on Good Morning Nigeria have commended the renewed hope budget recently presented to the 10th Assembly by President Ahmed Tinubu, describing it as conservative considering the realities on ground at the forex market. They however call for caution while choosing the economic templates for implementation. Mina Daniels has more.
Looking at the noticeable improvements in oil production and an expected increase in exchange rate, guests on Good Morning Nigeria commend the renewed hope budget of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for being proactive by putting in place a budget that will ensure the economy accommodates the unexpected and curtail inflation.
If you look at the National Bureau of Statistics recent report on GDP, okay, it says that the GDP for Q3 of 2023 grew by 2.54%. 2.54. Yes, in Q2 it grew by 2.51. Okay, in Q1 GDP grew by 2.31. If you disaggregate that number, that 2.54, okay, what actually powered GDP growth in Q3 was the oil sector, because the non-oil sector grew by 2.75, actually fell from what it was in the previous quarter.
There's a need for us to invest more in providing critical infrastructure. So if government approaches the parliament with the intention of borrowing, not to squander, but to address critical needs of the people, like today, nobody can shy away from the fact that our higher institutions need urgent intervention as much as we want to intervene in the area of security.
With the numbers indicating that the new borrowing is a reduction from what was obtainable, they say the budget as an improvement. They also commend the allocation of 3.2 trillion naira to security, 2.3 trillion naira to education, but called for private sector partnership on areas of transport, housing and power, while calling for attention to the capital component. In Abuja, Mina Daniels, NTA News.
Gunmen numbering about 5 have shot dead Taiwo Oyekanmi, a director of finance in the office of the Ogun State governor, and went away with an undisclosed amount of money. Confirming the story, the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Abiodun Alamutu, said the deceased was ambushed by the gunmen while ascending the overhead bridge at Kuto on his way to the office after withdrawing an undisclosed sum of money from a commercial bank in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The armed robbers were said to have opened fire on the accountant, broke the door of the vehicle with sledgehammers, and took off with the money. The Commissioner of Police, Abiodun Alamutu, explained that the victim was rushed to the State Specialist Hospital where he eventually gave up the ghost. Alamutu said he has requested for the CCTV footage from the bank to aid the police investigation. Meanwhile, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has commiserated with the family of Mr. Taiwo Oyekanmi, the late Director of Finance and Accounts in the office of the governor, who was killed in cold blood by suspected armed robbers in Abeokuta. Governor Abiodun, in a statement, described the incident as a rude shock and called for prayers for the immediate family of the late director. He said it is indeed a colossal loss for his administration to have lost such a dedicated, truthful, and diligent officer. The governor therefore directs all security agencies in Ogun State to smoke the criminals out instantly. Medical activities at the Federal Medical Center at Abeokuta will soon receive a boost as the House of Representatives Committee on Health extends its oversight function to the hospital. Yemi Dalemo reports that the Chairman, House Committee on Health, Dr. Amos Magaji, led the delegation.
The oversight function visit of the House of Representatives Committee on Health to the Federal Medical Center Abeokuta is to appraise the utilization of federal budgetary allocation to the health institution. The team inspected some of the ongoing infrastructural facilities approved in the 2023 budget to ascertain the level of work done and identify key areas of assistance in next year's budget. Among the projects inspected are the MD building that will accommodate over 250 workers, the COVID-19 intervention 20-bed ICU, proposed pathology department building, among others. Chairman, House Committee on Health, Dr. Amos Magaji, expressed satisfaction with the budgetary performance of the hospital and promised adequate attention to other areas of needs of the hospital.
These are the institutions that when they are asking for resources, government is pleased to release to them because you can see what they are doing with such resources. And
the chairman of the House Committee on Health, while addressing some groups of medical students, expresses concern on the issue of brain drain in the health sector, among others. Medical Director FMC Abeokuta, Professor Adewale Musa Olomu, while appreciating the support of the committee, requested for improved funding to enable the center to meet the expectations of Nigerians.
The main issue is just the funding and manpower. Just let me say, yes, quite a lot of projects are on and they are yet to be completed. Our radiotherapy is under construction. We don't have an MRI. We still need quite a lot of equipment.
The health institutions management sought the support of the lawmakers for the takeoff of its University of Medicine and Medical Sciences, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
The news continues after this short break. Do stay tuned.
Take it from me, the mind-blowing way to do things is the Glow LTE advanced way. When you stream, it's like you're in the drama itself. When you make calls, you reach where others can't. Cookie! Doing business is like running Wall Street from your street. And when you play,
I did beat the guy. We'll see about that.
It's like traveling the world without moving an inch.
Is that Toby in your room?
You can download in the blink of an eye in 4K.
Go.
And when you go for your dreams, It's like running with the strength of 3 nations behind you.
Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
You are welcome back and thanks for being there. Nigerian aviation industry as one of the largest and safest on the African continent and which contributed significantly to the country's gross domestic product is recently experiencing the challenges of air safety, which have raised a lot of concerns. In this report, Aliyu Kabi examines these issues and the gaps.
Air transportation is generally considered safe and fast. Safety of the Nigerian aviation has been a topic of concern due to past incidents. The government and aviation authorities have been taking measures to improve safety standards, but recent air crash incidents in the country raised multiple questions that require explanations.
If these things happen and we don't see sanctions, we don't call out the people who are involved, then I have failed as a minister.
The air transport industry in Nigeria experienced a landmark event in 1985 when entry into the domestic airline was formally deregulated. This paved way for many airlines to come on board. Despite huge investment by the government towards improving aviation safety standards and regulations through various regulatory agencies, a large number of air crashes involving passenger planes have been recorded.
So invariably, regulated regime was a lot more expensive to the airlines than it is now.
Going down memory lane, the Kano crash involving British Airways Corporation in 1956, which killed more than 30 passengers, including the crew members, may have been the beginning of all the unfortunate air crashes that followed suit. For instance, on Sunday, June 3, 2011, the nation was thrown into mourning as Dana Airlines Flight 993 carrying 153 passengers on board crashed into a residential area of Lagos, killing all passengers on board. Just of recent, precisely on November 14, 2023, an aircraft belonging to Nigerian airline Value Jet skidded off the runway at the Port Harcourt International Airport in Rivers State. This is in addition to other air incidents on 3 different occasions in the month of November 2023 alone.
If you have a burst tire of an aircraft, you can't give excuses. There's someone who was given the responsibility to check the tires before the plane takes off. If the runway is not fit enough to land, or maybe it was wet and the skids of the runway, there's a failure of regulation. Somebody cleared that aircraft to land.
From the conceptualization of the airport, so before the design and everything in the airport, you need to know the windrows analysis so that you align your runway based on the prevailing wind directions.
Other issues of concern include the cancellation and delays as well as high cost of ticketing witnessing recently.
We're also not blind and deaf to the cries of Nigerians of recent about delayed and cancelled flights. The law is there for compensation for Nigerians who bear the brunt of these delays and cancellations of flights.
If you decide to pass everything to the customer, to the flying passengers, you end up having to fly empty planes.
Generally, what passengers are concerned about include their safety, comfort, transparency and affordability in pricing. Timely and accurate updates during delays or disruption are also critical for passenger satisfaction. In Abuja, Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
Conference of Parties Call 28 opens in Dubai with calls for accelerated action and higher ambition against the escalating climate crisis. Charles Alpha reports that the conference takes place in what is already known to be the hottest year ever recorded in human history.
30th November to 12th December 2023 will be a major decisive moment for world leaders to act on climate commitments and prevent the worst impacts of climate change on the planet as the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP28 opens with a resounding call to accelerate collective climate action in Dubai. This year's COP marks the conclusion of the Global Stocktake, the first assessment of global progress in implementing the 2015 Paris Agreement. The world's latest UN report says the world is not on track to limiting temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius by the end of this century, but does recognize that countries are developing plans for a net zero future and the shift to clean energy is gathering speed. But it makes clear that the transition is nowhere near fast enough yet to limit warming. This global stocktake would be a catalyst for greater ambition in meeting the Paris Agreement's goals as nations prepare to submit revised national climate action plans by 2025. It lays out actions on how to accelerate emissions cuts, strengthen resilience to climate impacts, and provide the support and finance needed for the transformation. And as leaders leave Dubai after the opening summit today, their message to their negotiators would be clear. Do not come home without a deal that will make a real difference. Nigeria is among the 160 countries participating at this global event and will be hoping it will find answers to some of its own questions regarding its energy transition plan, mitigation, and adaptation efforts. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
The United Nations Development Programme and the Global Security Sector Reform Foundation have presented training manuals and equipment to the Nigeria Police Force for onward delivery to 4 police training colleges in the country. Francis Form reports that the presentation is part of the ongoing police reform with support from the Federal Republic of Germany.
This is the third time the UNDP and the Global Security Sector Reform will be presenting training and office equipment to the force as part of commitment to boost the morale of the personnel.
Our commitment to this noble mission involves providing essential training and procurement support in alignment with the aspirations of the NPF. In recent times, we have made significant progress, including the procurement of mobile barracks.
These resources are a testament to our commitment to enhancing your operational capabilities and fostering a professional working environment as part of the ongoing police reform funded by the Federal Republic of Germany.
DIG Frank Mba, who received the items on behalf of the IGP, says the support is invaluable and addresses some of the identified needs in the force.
These items couldn't have come at a better time because they will be adequately and efficiently deployed in our training institutions. I want to also reassure you that we will not just take these items there, we will also make sure that these items are effectively used and they will be used for the very purpose for which they are donated.
The UNDP and the Global Security Sector Reform are committed to promoting security sector reforms worldwide. Francis Form, NTA News.
And that ends NTA Ijebu News for tonight. Good night.
Take it from me, the mind-blowing way to do things is the Glow LTE advanced way. When you stream, it's like you're in the drama itself. When you make calls, you reach where others can't. Coffee! Doing business is like running Wall Street from your street. And when you play,
I did beat you guy. We'll see about that.
It's like traveling the world without moving an inch.
Is that Toby in your room?
You can download in the blink of an eye in 4K.
Go.
And when you go for your dreams, it's like running with the strength of 3 nations behind you.
Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.